Let's just wait a bit. And then... The thing about throwing grenades is that it can usually get the Combine surprised. Instead of shooting you, they'd be running away, giving you enough time to unload all of your bullets into their brains and their buttocks. Which in general is what you want when you're fighting Combine soldiers. Fighting Combine soldiers the other way may result in utter destruction and death. Because they are just too powerful in this one, especially when you start meeting the... Okay, Leon, stop that. I know we're using the many enemies thing. Especially when we're fighting the Combine elites, which can take over up to 4 shotgun shells to the head, I think at medium range. Those guys are OP. Now. One guy's gonna go through here, yep. There we go. Now, we're finally finding the shotgun. There's going to be a cutscene for the shotgun, another pointless cutscene. But the moment the cutscene ends, this door will open up. So I'm just gonna do a thing here and do a... And... Yep, there they are. There we go. Let's finally grab this little beaut. I may not have the 357, but I have a big shotgun. Get some batteries. Now, there's absolutely no enemies there, okay? No enemies, none whatsoever. And this door was locked by this switch. I'm gonna show you another one of Leon's shenanigans, as I would like to call it now. Let's just... See? Where did they come from? Where did they go? They just came out of nowhere. Oh dear. This is gonna happen a lot though. Enemies coming out of nowhere. Now, allow me to throw this a bit further. Because, okay, no, I don't want you. Doors tend to lock behind you, and well, Leon tend to give you literally too much supplies sometimes. Like there could be a single crate here containing 20-ish batteries and health. So, since there's generally one of these unreturnable doors, it's usually a good idea to take a gravity gun or bring them all the way there, especially if you're playing on hard with the many enemy setting, because there's too much enemies, you know. Can't handle all them all. Okay, I still have a single AR2 orb. Nope, never mind, they got through there first. Oh, managed to got him. Lucky shot. Just gonna do it again. See what I'm talking about? Can't open the door anymore. It is generally a good idea to bring supplies. I think Half-Life 2 did this as well, though at a lesser variant of them. At least at what I think. Okay, this is one of the hardest parts about to come. I'm just gonna grab all the things and throw. Okay, nope. Okay. I think that's all like 40 health, I think. Yeah, okay, that's good. This is one of the hardest part. No, not hardest, harder. Hardest part is probably one at, I think at chapter 16 or 17, where there's an entire onslaught of combines and plants, and there's a shitload of them. Rest assured, death will have been certain. Also, music overlay once again, sorry, I can't do anything about it. Okay, see? Why do I keep doing that? Let's reload a bit. Barbarians going. Oh, okay, that was close. Come on, mates. I'm ready for you. Come on. There we go. Be a good combine and charge forward, aye? There we go. Good boy, good boy. Okay, frames, you can stop now. Anything? Okay. Come on. Really appreciate the pseudo-destructible thing, even though it's technically just a funk breakable. Still appreciate it. Some attention to detail is always appreciable to me, even if it's the smallest of detail. That's something that a lot of games today don't do a lot these days, the little details. Sometimes the little details can really be the very thing that determines whether or not a game is good or not. A game can be good or bad from the outside, but to me it's the little details. Sometimes a game can be like cool looking or good, but if there's like a singular little plot hole or an odd game design, or even if it's just something simplistic like graphical thing, I think... Oh, whoa. I recently watched a comparison video between Mafia, The City of Lost Heaven, a game that I played a while ago, and I think Watch Dogs. And it showcased on the little details that Mafia got and Watch Dogs didn't. Very interesting video. It's graphical, but the little details are very fascinating when you take a look at it. You're always so focused on the gameplay elements that sometimes, yeah, those things, you can miss them. Like the health system of the olden days. Like, what game used that today? Games like Half-Life and I think Stalker. No, I think Stalker uses like a semi-regenerating health thing. It's really slow, but you still have medkits. Games today always seem to find it necessary to give players regenerating health. That may be a small detail that can be overlooked by some, as I have done so as well, playing games such as Metro 2033 or something similar. But it really does affect the way that you play and how you generally will do things. With regenerating health, you generally charge into enemy position sometimes. And sometimes, even with the normal health system like this, you will also charge the enemy position too. Except that it's kind of similar in a way, except when using this health system like this, you will be way more cautious when you have low health. Really interesting detail. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. If there's something about the closure that I can also appreciate a lot, is the fact that Leon knows how to make doors not so boring. I mean, yeah, sure, a lot of them for some reason needs button to push before you open them. Even doors that look like it's made of wood, you need buttons for them. But this door, not only it's automatic, but the way it's open is... Like, it even got the... See, it even got the sidelines right. Really appreciate that. Okay, here's one of those pointless cutscenes where a scanner gets to show us what his insides are. Yeah, it just does that. Nothing else. No idea why I would need this cutscene for. But it happened. So yeah. I'm gonna charge it forward in order to spawn more antlines. Please go away. Now, since there was actually supposed to be like 3 or 4 antlines there, but since I walked up to that catwalk, more spawn. And since more spawn, the combine would need to take care of them. I think, are they really done? Yeah, they're done. No, they're not done actually. Is that it? Are we done? You know, I just noticed something peculiar. Any kind of game that takes place in similar places and similar time often would find it best to have similar weapons, right? For instance, Half-Life and its expansions. Yes, you get to have new weapons in opposing force, though not really blue shift. You still use similar weapons despite using different animation or model. Some games opted to use an entirely different arsenal despite taking place in similar places. For instance, have you guys ever played Fear 2 Project Origin? The story was that it was supposed to take place after Fear, or at least somewhere near Fear. At least the prologue was around the end of Fear. But somehow, the weapons used there are not from the first game, and in fact, are an entirely different arsenal, which is a very disconnect, since the replica themselves are using the new weapons, despite them using the old weapons in the first Fear. So then the question comes, did they suddenly decide to change their arsenal after the first game? Like, where did they suddenly get all those arsenal of new weapons from? Did they decide to use an entirely different weapon just because? It's something that really irked me when someone decided to make a sequel that takes place right after or in a very similar timeline, but didn't bother to make the weapons similar. Of course, you can't make the weapons too similar, or else you ended up like Call of Duty, who despite in World War series, I think, World at War, still uses animation that is very similar from Call of Duty 1 and 2 despite having different person using it. That really irks me. You're using different person and yet the way you handle weapons are the same. Like, come on dude, some variation please. Yeah, I think that could be an interesting thing too in games. Variation in reloading animation, like 3 reloading animation that can vary between each one. I wonder if there's a game that already does that. Just gonna shoot this. Come here. There we go. There we go. That door's locked. I wonder if there's already a game that does that, like varied reloading animation. I'm really interested. Because from the days of old, we've always been used on reloading things a single way. And we as human beings reload things differently. Okay, wait. I think I remember now. Gray. Yeah, Gray. Gray does that. Reloading can be varied. Sometimes you reload fast, and sometimes you reload like you're shaking. And yeah, it's really cool. It adds variation. And the little details. Yeah, like I said before, the little details. It can really add to the entire experience. Even though Gray was actually pretty frustrating to play. Gray was just way too frustrating to play.